What I'm going to show you now is how to do some line bending. So this hopefully you recognise from your case design, this strip here. And we're going to need to form this around our case, like in this example here. So that single strip needs to be bent around the rest of the case, like so. In order to do that, we're going to use a technique called line bending. In order to do line bending, we're going to need a former, which is this thing here, and my strip will fit into my former, like so. And we can use that to bend the plastic around the former. As you can see at the moment, the plastic's way too stiff and there's no way that's going to bend around that former there. Now on the line bender we have this metal wire running here, and that metal wire has an electric current passed through it which causes it to heat up. And that's going to apply direct heat to just a small area of our plastic strip. So I've placed my plastic into the former, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mark exactly where it is I want to heat up in order to be able to bend the plastic at that point. So I just mark that with a pencil there, and now I can take my plastic and I can place it with the mark right over that metal wire, so that the heat is just going to be applied to just that tiny bit of the plastic. Now this whole process is going to take quite a bit of time, so what I've got is I've got a little timer that's going to spring up onto the screens, and this will show you approximately how much time you need to leave this before you can start bending. So that's about 1:20 gone. I'm just going to test it to see if it's malleable enough. Nope, needs a bit more time. And now we can see that's nice and malleable, and I can place that into my former. So I'm going to take my former now, and very quickly I'm going to take my plastic strip and place it into the former so it's off the heat for as little time as possible. So I take my plastic strip, place it into the former like so, and I can start bending that plastic round and just ease it round, not too fast otherwise it'll snap, and place around, and then I'm just going to hold it into position like that, allowing the plastic to cool until it sets into place. So the more observant of you might have noticed a little jump in the video then, as I cut out about 30 seconds of me holding a bit of plastic while it cooled, but now you can see that it's nice and cool and that has set in place. I'm going to put it back into the former now, just so I can mark off the next section that needs to be bent. So again, I'm going to take my pencil, and having it in the former, I'm just going to put a pencil line across there, take it out, and then I'm going to hold that over the wire, line it all up nicely so I'm just heating the area that needs to be heated. And again, we're going to have to speed up the video in order to show you how long this is going to take. Okay, so you've seen me testing it a couple of times, and now I can see that that's nice and flexible, it's ready, so it goes back in the former. I'm just going to bend it round here, nice and quick as well so it doesn't cool down. Just push it round and then just force it over that little bump there. So I'm going to push that down nice and hard. So, and that's in place now. Now I just need to, again, just hang on and wait for it to cool down so that it sets in place. So once again, I'm going to take my former and mark exactly where it is I want to bend the plastic, remove the strip from the former, hold it over the line, and do a bit of video magicry to make this go a lot faster. So there we have it. Should now be warm enough for me to bend it. And that looks nice and flexible. So I take it, place it back into the former, and once again I'm going to line bend this round the former like so. And again hold in place until the plastic is set. So we just have one last little bit to do now before we before it's all finished. We've just got this extra little bit to line bend. Everything looks okay. I'm just going to take my pencil again and I'm going to mark off where it is we need to do the line bending. So just along that edge there. I can now remove my part of the case from the former, and it's probably a little bit stiff now. It's going to be tightly wrapped round, so it might take a little bit of brute force just to get that off. There we go. Hold it down over the wire, exactly the right place, and again leave it to run its course. And now that's warm enough, I can feel that bends quite nicely. So take my former, place it back into the former, and just finish it off by line bending that last little bit around, so everything's held into place just like so. And I'm just going to clamp those together, make sure the plastic's nice and cool and everything's set. So now let's just check it all fits together. So I'm going to take the front and back to the case, and I'm just going to make sure that that section fits in nicely to the front there, so that all seems to fit okay. And then I'm going to take the top part, and I'm going to place that on as well and make sure that fits, and that's all quite snug and sound. So that's the line bending absolutely 100% complete.